Welcome back to Irish Strength Training. First of all, I've had a load of new subscribers on the channel, so thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. So to give you new subscribers a bit of an idea of what's on the channel, I do a lot of different tutorials on gym moves, strongman moves, powerlifting, all that sort of stuff. I do motivational talks, I do my own training videos, so I'll give you a little bit of an insight to that, a bit on nutrition, and then of course all of the competitions that I go to, I try to make sure that you see all of the events and all of the lifters at it. And that's just scratching the surface of what I do, so keep tuned, keep watching. So over the last week, you'll have seen I've been posting a lot from that Cerberus Cup competition that was held down in GSP Gym down in Galway, and that's Galway Strength Performance. This is Matty Costello's gym. Fantastic venue, really well organised competition. I really enjoyed it. Everyone knew exactly what they were doing and when they were doing it. So that's a lot of problems with events. Sometimes the lifters are there and they're going, am I on next? Am I 10 people down? You don't know when to warm up. When Matty set up, you knew exactly when to warm up, when to be ready, and it was a really well run competition. So this video is to analyse my own performance, go through my own lifts, see how I actually did. So for this competition I was 100 kg, pretty much bang on, so a little bit lower than my last competition, which was 105. There were no weight categories, it was the novice category, and I was feeling pretty good before the competition. There was one or two events that I hadn't competed at before. I had trained them but I hadn't competed, so it was a little bit who knows what's going to happen. So on the day in the novice category there was 13 competitors and there was some absolute monsters down there. But it was a really good competition, I really enjoyed it. So we started off with our max log press. So this was done in the style of powerlifting where you had 3 different lifts. Now the idea of this really is to make sure you get your first lift. That's, you want to get points on the board, make sure you get a number and get that lift. The second one usually is one that's either your current PB or slightly above it, and then your last lift is all out, you trying to get a new PB, trying to go as heavy as you can. The warm up for this for me on the day didn't go fantastic, so I was a little bit nervous, so I started really low at 85 kg, which is very low for me. I've done 3s at this before in training, but I just wasn't feeling it in the warm up. As you'll see, that went really well. Then I was supposed to do 90 kg, I was talking and chatting to people, so I actually missed the call for the 90 kg, the next lift was 95, so I had to do it. Now on the thicker log, this would have been my 1 rep max. Again, no problems, got the lift. The next jump was up to 100 kg, as you'll see, struggle at that, couldn't get it lifted off my chest really, it wasn't really moving, it wasn't there on the day. But 95% matched my PB, I was pretty happy with that, and it left me a top to mid table on the scores. So the next one we had up was the Max Deadlift. Now a lot of you will know from my training that my deadlift is my weaker lift. So I was planning to start at 200, go to 210 and then finish on 220, which would have matched my current PB. So I opened on the 200, went quite well as you can see. Then I went to that 210, went up fairly easily, and thanks to the people that were there on the day, especially my mate Steve here that came down to support me, he actually pushed me and said, look, go to the 230, the 210 was very easy. First couple inches off the ground, really tough, and that's where I really struggle. Once I get it up to mid-shin, it shoots up off the ground, so the strength was there and I just needed that little bit of a push. So it's good to have people there to push you on the day. So another event that went quite well for me, the log and the deadlift, I'd sort of thought, right, if I stay mid-table, it gives me a shot because some of the other events are quite strong for me. So it pretty much went to plan. I was happy with that event. Next one up, we were supposed to be having a throw bag event. So it would have been a ladder from 8 to 16 kg over a 15-foot bar. However, due to conditions on the day, we had to switch that and we went to a farmer's walk. So when I heard this, I was quite happy. Farmer's walk is a very strong event for me usually. I hadn't trained it, but then again, no one really had, or no one was told to train it. So we were all in the same boat. Now the problem lay in my setup. So I set up as normal, was all ready to go. Last minute I used liquid chalk, and last minute I decided, might need a little bit more liquid chalk. Unfortunately, the person that put it onto my hands hadn't used that liquid chalk before and put a little bit too much. Now be very aware of this when you're going out to lift. If you do put liquid chalk on, it takes 20 seconds in a round to dry and actually work properly on your hands. So I got this liquid chalk onto my hands, way too much, tried to get it off, you'll see in the video there, and went out. I was told to take my grip, so I had to. So the chalk wasn't fully dry, so it actually worked against me. I ended up, as you see, I dropped the implement nearly towards the turning point, but it cost me a huge amount. So I ended up coming 9th in this event, where I would have been hoping to come at least top 5. So this really cost me in the overall standings. However, it's a brilliant learning curve, and that's what it's all about, learning from these competitions so you don't make those same mistakes at the next one. Next event up was event 4, and that was the Sandbag Carry. So the Sandbag Carry was for distance. So the setup with this was, you could take as long as you want when you're lapping and getting ready to do the actual run. So you'll see a white line on the ground. Athletes could lift it, put it back down, lift it again, get themselves nice and comfortable. It's only once they cross that white line that they could not drop the bag. So this was one of my stronger events. Got up nice and comfortable and took off. It all went according to plan. There was some absolute monsters at this event. Some guys with great cardio that could just keep going, that their breath didn't go on them. Luckily, cardio is one of my strong points. So with this, I ended up coming joint first. I did 80 meters. I was really happy with that. Brilliant result for me. And it shot me back up in the scoring, so that was really good. Then we're on to our last event, which was the Atlas Stones over a 4-foot bar. And this was 100 kg, and it was for as many reps in a minute as possible. I've done Atlas Stones a little bit, but I haven't been able to train a huge amount. I've been training mainly on 80 stones. We've just got heavier stones now, but it meant that I was a little bit nervous coming into this. I was hoping for in around the 5 reps. If I got 5 reps in a minute, I was going to be happy. Saying that, I saw some guys going up before me, and there was 10s and 12s, and I was like, oh God, I'm in trouble here. Now, went out, feeling pretty good, got well set up. It was actually my first time using tacky in a competition, and just for anyone out there that's starting off at Strongman or starting off at Atlas Stones, tacky is a game changer. If you have a 100 kg stone, it feels like an 80 kg stone when you're using tacky. So keep that in mind for when you're training. Don't always use tacky during your training, but definitely incorporate it a little bit on the heavier stones. So I'm just going to let you watch this event, and I'll talk about it after. ended up on 8 reps. And after looking at the video now, I'm realising I could have been a little bit quicker. I was taking my time because I was aiming for 5 reps or 6 even. Realising now I could have kept going. I could have done more reps, so I probably could have got 1 or 2 more if I had been a little bit quicker with the transition, getting that Atlas stone back, getting in underneath it and going again. So again, that's a learning curve for the next competition, to not put myself down the rankings a little bit, to keep pushing as if I can get as many reps, keep going, keep going, keep going. Doesn't matter what you've done before, on competition day, aim for the top and just keep plugging away. Don't slow down because you think, oh well, I'll need the rest, I'll need a little bit of time here. And 8 reps, I believe on the day, I'm pretty sure that it was good enough for joint third, but there was quite a few people that did 8 reps, so I think I was sharing with 3 or 4 people on the 8 rep number. And that was the whole competition. So we finished up at that, ended up, because of the farmers, the failure on the farmers, I got pushed down from a possible 3rd or 4th place down to 7th, which was very disappointing, but at the same time, I've learned from it. And it was a great competition and a lot of fun on the day. If anyone is looking for a competition in Ireland, Matty Costello down in GSP Gym, he holds a load of different strongman competitions for all the different categories. Definitely add him on Facebook, GSP Gym, and join one of the competitions. They really are top quality. So my next competition is actually again down in Galway at that same gym in February, and this has helped me set up for that. I'm really looking forward to it. At the moment I'm switching up to that intermediate category, so that competition I just did with novice, moving up to intermediate, so a little bit tougher competitors up against me, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But that's the event for me. Thanks for joining me. Please like and subscribe. Please comment down below what you thought of the lifts. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.